Are the New York Yankees actually Dutch or what? Hi, I'm Paul. I pronounce Dutch words and names the way a Dutchman would pronounce them. Now, in order to answer that question, let's go back in time, back to the colonial days when part of what is now New York State was owned by the Dutch. They called it New Netherland, and their capital was New Amsterdam, which later became New York City. You know that from the history books, like Peter Stuyvesant and his gang. Anyway, we did not get along very well with our British neighbours, who also colonized part of the New World, and we tried to make fun of them. We tried to mock the English, so we came up with nicknames, and one of the nicknames for the English was Jan Kees. Hey, there goes another Jan Kees. Jan means John, and Kees means cheese, so we called them John Cheeses. And the English said, we can do one better. We can anglicize Jan Kees and refer to the Dutch as Yankees. Jan Kees became Yankee because, you know, the Dutch are cheeseheads. I mean, look at my face. Now, how did the New York Yankees end up with that nickname? That has to do with the headline writers of the newspapers in those days. The New York Yankees were known as the Highlanders when they first started. They were not called the New York Yankees, they were called the Highlanders. And for some reason, the headline writers of the newspapers in those days did not like the Highlanders. It wasn't very catchy. They thought that the Yankees would be a much better term for that baseball team. So in 1904, we find the very first reference of the New York Yankees in the newspapers. And in 1913, that name became officially adopted as the name for that baseball team. So the Yankees, though it's not a Dutch team, their name goes back to Dutch words as Jan and Kees. So the Yankees are the cheeseheads of the baseball world. Have a great day. Tot ziens. Bye-bye.